Let us quickly solve this problem. A man hears his echo from a nearby hill 2 seconds after he shouted. If the frequency of his voice is 260 Hz and the wavelength is 1.29 meters, how far is the hill? Now, the first thing is that you bring out your parameters. So from here, a man hears his echo from a nearby hill 2 seconds. 2 seconds means that they have given me time. So I'm going to say my time is 2 seconds. That's the first thing. Now, after he shouted, now, if the frequency of his voice is, now, meaning that the frequency equals to 260 Hz, right? So, now, and the wavelength, is 1.29 meters. So it means that wavelength, lambda, is 1.29 meters. That is it. How far is the hill? That is asking for distance. So my x is equals to, I don't know. How far is the hill? The question is asking for distance. And I know because I can see echo in this question. So I already know the formula for echo. It is constant. But now look, this is the formula. V equals to 2x over time. I already explained why we have 2x in one of my videos. I said if you have a wall like this and the sound wave travels to the wall like this and it bounces back and you hear it after it has bounced back. So it travels 2 times the distance. So this distance, another distance. So that's why we have 2x. And speed is equal to distance over time. But now the distance is twice. So that's why we have distance over time. So 2x over time. Now this is the distance. This is the formula we are going to use to calculate what we want to calculate. That's the formula we use in echo. Now, this question asks us to look for distance, right? Which is our x. We don't know. But now, if you look at this question, they didn't give us the velocity of sound. But now, they told us that we know from wave that V is equal to frequency times what? Times wavelength. We know that. So meaning that if they give us the velocity, we substitute and we go. But if they don't give us velocity, we still remember something else that they can give us, that they want us to calculate the velocity by ourselves. So we should always keep that in mind. So meaning that I can decide to substitute for is either I put frequency times wavelength here for this speed, and I make my x the subject of the formula, anything, or perhaps I use V equals to frequency times wavelength. I calculate my speed first, then after I've done that, I come here and substitute here so that I can find my distance. Anyway, but here, what should we do? Perhaps let's say, okay, let's substitute because I know that this is the formula we are using here. But now they didn't give us They didn't give us the velocity, but they gave us frequency and wavelength, so we can calculate it here. So let me just say, okay, recall that V equals to frequency times this, so I can say frequency times wavelength equals to 2x over time. Please understand why I'm putting this, because they did not give me my velocity straightforward. So they gave me this and this, so I have to do that. Now, I'm looking for distance, so let's just make the distance the subject of the formula. So I will say over 1, I can cross multiply. So it means that the t will multiply this. So I will say frequency times wavelength times time equals to 2x. But now I'm looking for x, so I will say divide both sides by 2, so that my distance x is going to be equals to frequency. Now I want to substitute these two, we cancel these two. So my frequency times wavelength times time over 2. Now I have my frequency to be 260 here, times I have my wavelength to be 1.29, 1.29. Then I have my time to be what? To be 2 seconds. So I have my time to be 2 divided by 2, right? So from here I can see that this 2 is going to cancel this 2. So all I have to do is my x equals to 260 times 1.29. So now remember that I can say 260 times 129 over 100, right? Now the thing is, you can use your calculator from here. You can use your calculator from there. So this 10 can cancel this 10. So I have to say 129 times 26. So I say 129 times 26. So 6 times 9 is going to give us 54. So I'm going to say 4 remainder 5. So 6 times 2 is 12. So 12 plus this is going to give us what? It's going to give us 17. So 7 remainder 1. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is what? 7. So 2 times 9 is what? 18. So 8 remainder 1. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, that is going to be 5. And then 2 times 1 is going to give us 2 here like this. So meaning that I'm going to have 4 here. 7 plus 8, that's going to be 15. So I'm going to have 5 remainder 1. So I have 7 plus 5, that's going to give us what? 12 plus 1, that's 13. So 3 remainder 1. So 1 plus 2, that's going to be 3. So I have my x to be equals to 3354. But don't forget we have 10 here, so divided by 10. Now all I just have to do here is to, because I'm dividing by power of 10, so and it's just 10, so I'm going to bring this here 1. So and that is going to be 335.4 what? 0.4 meters. And that is going to be our answer. Thank you.